Hi, last year I visited a small town called Dundrum and found people rowing in the bay, but they weren't your normal streamlined boats you would see in the Olympics, but big wooden boats. I was able to talk to some members of the club and create a small documentary. We will be following Dundrum Coastal Rowing Club in one of their competitions in a town called Strangford. I was able to interview Adrian Mullan, who was the chairman of Dundrum Coastal Rowing at the time. I asked him to introduce himself and what is coastal rowing.
Hello, my name is Adrian Mullan and I'm chairperson of Dundrum Coastal Rowing Club. Well, with coastal rowing you do get what it says on the tin. You row on the coasts, and that would be on the coast of Ireland, whether it be Ireland, England, Australia. It's a worldwide sport and one of the fastest growing team water sports I suppose in the world.
So from our first question we see that coastal rowing is fun and a sociable sport that everybody should get into. But what I'm wondering is, you have a race tomorrow in Strangford Loch. What does that entail?
Well, every year Strangford would run a spring series in the Narrows of Strangford Loch, and great event. So it's more of a long distance. These are 4 races set over 2 separate weekends, and they are first race, as in tomorrow's race, will be 7 kilometres, and we'll be rowing from Strangford to Killalay, and that will be the over 50s taking the boat across to Killalay, and then we'll wait for the tide to turn and we'll row the under 50s back from Killalay to Strangford.
After speaking to Adrian, we have learnt a lot about the sport and tomorrow's event. I also learned from him the Skiff design and the origin being that it was designed in Scotland in 2009. The boat layout is 1 bow, 2 and 3, core power being the engine, 4 stroke that will set the pace of the boat, and 5 coxsmen who will direct the boat through the race. So tomorrow will be a 7-kilometre coastal row in Strangford Loch. The race will start in the town Strangford and end in Killalay. This will entail some trials with the water and current. The race is organised that each crew has a race to start. Each boat will leave in 30-second intervals. Each team will be timed when they cross the starting line, and the time will be stopped when they cross the end line. The Drum had a great start, gliding through the water. We then left the town of Strangford and went to Killalay. The Drum had a fantastic race into the finish line, being tight to tight with the Strangford team. The spectators were cheering. The results of each time was recorded and shared with Dundrum, coming second with Hourglass, winning with a 2-minute lead. The next part of race day was now that the second crew would row the boat back to Strangford town. They did a cox brief, just like on the other side, to tell the crew what to look out for when on the loch. The Drum had another good start. All the boats came in Strangford, all tied together, picking their own point of line when coming out from the loch into the bay. Dundrum left early compared to the home team Strangford and hit a whirlpool. That caused a massive resistance, affecting their time marginally, but they pushed hard through it. Dundrum triumphant through the whirlpool and crossed the line. This was a short documentary. I was able to see the fun of coastal rowing and how it could bring people from different communities of background together for a sociable event and bring out your competitiveness. A big thank you to Adrian Mullan to take the time for the interview, and Strangford Coastal Rowing Club holding an amazing event.